Hello, Ghost Stories with fans. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We have a special guest with us tonight. We are going to be talking to Lost Souls in the Shadows Paranormal Team, LLC. So, as like every other episode that we do, let's give a huge welcome to our guest, Lost Souls in the Shadows Paranormal Team. Hello, guys. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. You guys are on mute.
Can you hear us now?
Yep, now I can hear you loud and clear.
Good deal.
Good deal.
All right, it looks like you guys got the whole team tonight, huh?
Yes,
Very
we do.
impressed. Well, thank you so much for coming on to Ghost Stories with Fans. My name's David. I am the lead investigator and founder of the Paranormal Investigators of Northern Minnesota. We also do two live podcasts with Ghost Stories with Fans and Afterlife, our radio talk show. Sorry, tonight I'm a little at a different location, so I'm not in my studio. So I apologize for my stuttering a little bit because I'm actually at my family's house. So I got noise in the background, so I apologize for that in advance. So just for a little bit, I see we got some fans coming on. Right now we're at 5. Until we get a little more people coming on, can you just give us a little bit of background about you guys?
Yeah, I'm Travis. I am the founder and lead investigator of Lost Souls in the Shadows. We got our start, it was actually Christmas Eve of 2018. We were going to a location that pretty much scares us.
Very much. Yeah.
We were on the way back from there, and me and Rich here, the other co-founder and lead investigator, we had the crazy idea, let's start a team, and here we are going on 2 years later.
Yep. Love doing it. Love doing it.
It's a very good field to get into, and just not to get off topic. Hi, Gypsy. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. She's from Western Australia, so huge shout out to Gypsy.
Thanks, Gypsy.
The paranormal.
Thank you.
Hey.
And it looks like Ellen. If I'm not saying your name right, I apologize. Is it Elaine? Elaine, I think. She just says hi from New Hope, Minnesota. So a huge shout out to Elaine from New Hope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
So yeah, the paranormal field, it does get a little on edge a little bit. So I mean, I do understand where you guys are coming from. In particular, is this a disclosed location, or can you kind of like close about it and talk about that experience?
I mean, we have no problem talking about it.
No, not really. I'll let you start it off, and then
It's a place called Stewart Tunnel. It was built as an old steam railway from Freeport, Illinois to Madison, Wisconsin. And as they were building it, a lot of men died there for mishandling of the dynamite. And when they blow themselves up, their body parts, whatever they could find, was actually buried in the walls of the tunnel.
we're scattered.
Yeah. It's a very dark location. We have me, Rich, and my wife, Tiffany, here have been out there, and we've heard growls. We've had our EMF meters, spiked straight through, but we've asked, whatever entity is there, if you're there to harm us, if you mean us harm, our meters would peg straight to red.
Yes. It was a really pretty insane feeling to look at that meter and see it pegged to red like that.
I remember the green beady eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also seen, it was me and my son Taylor, we were out there, what was it, last year?
2 or 3 years ago.
No, when we seen the yellow glowing eyes.
Oh, that was
Right.
last year.
Yeah, we were just getting to the entrance of the tunnel, and we looked down the tunnel, and there was a very large shadow figure with yellow glowing eyes staring back at us. And we had that overwhelming feeling like, if you stay, something's going to happen. And so we went with our gut instinct and left.
Yeah, it was. There was another time when we brought a new piece of equipment that we had. It's called the SLS. I'm sure you're very familiar with that. We had that with us, and who was holding that?
Travis was holding.
Travis was holding it, and I was walking in the tunnel. And as I was walking through the tunnel, there was something underneath me. And
under the ground.
Under the
It
ground,
was crazy.
and it was picking up something under the ground. So that kind of, freaked us out a little bit. What else did we? Taylor, tell them about the raccoon.
We went through at one time and we saw a raccoon that didn't have its eyes, and there's no blood and nothing else around it. And we decided to walk. We marked it, and we decided to walk through the tunnel. We walked through the other end. We're maybe outside for like an hour or so.
About an hour.
Yeah, we came back through the tunnel, and the raccoon was gone.
It was totally gone.
Out of nowhere, disappeared.
I mean, there's pentagrams spray painted on the walls of the tunnel. I mean,
666.
yeah, I mean, it's dark out there.
Very.
I would say that would definitely be a dark location, just by the tragedy that has happened. The memories of those poor souls that are probably trapped in there due to the fact of being blowing themselves up from work. So I can see that they would probably be a little angry. I mean, I would be angry too if I died unexpectedly. I mean, I'm pretty sure I wasn't. It's not your time to go. I mean, it shouldn't be. I mean, if you're handling dynamite, I mean, it's a very dangerous job.
Right.
Especially back in the day, back in the time when we didn't really have much of the medical field that we do now today.
Correct.
So with you guys talking about the experiences with the red eyes, that's actually how I actually became into the paranormal. I actually had a similar experience myself. Speaking of, we were actually got brought up by the Travel Channel from a live TV broadcasting company, asking us to do tell our stories about our paranormal experiences. So, I do know what you're talking about with seeing was it by any chance a tall, dark shadow figure with red eyes?
It was
maybe
very large shadow figure.
Maybe like 9 to 10 feet tall, roughly.
Yep. Yeah, because
that's the same thing.
I'm 6'4", and it made me look little.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely what I saw when I first had my first encounter with the paranormal. It was actually about maybe a 9-foot tall black figure, maybe really bulky and stocky, like muscular bound, and then red glowing eyes just beating right at me. And being 16 years old at the time, and now being 27, yeah, it has impacted my life a lot, because ever since then I've been just like, we got to figure out what's going on. There has to be an afterlife. There has to be something out there that we don't know about, and that's kind of why we got into the paranormal field. So, but yeah, the good experience with that. I mean, yes, it is scary, but it's a paranormal investigator's dream to have something happen to it like that.
That's like at the manor where there's that big, tall, black shadow.
Yeah. Another location that we always get activities called Broadhead Manor. It's actually where I went to middle school at for 3 years. And we were doing a hunt there. What was that? When you and Ariel were up in that room.
That was our last hunt that we did. And that was about
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. We went
Friday
there.
the 13th of November. We had our security camera, our night vision security cameras up in one of the rooms, and Rich and Ariel were up in the room when me and the guy that owns the building were watching security cameras. Ariel, why don't you go ahead and tell them what we told you guys on the radio?
Yeah, so basically we this was our second time that we were up there. The first time was with Travis, but we ended up bringing our EMF meters in there and checking it out. And so we sat on the couch, And all of a sudden, we can hear them kind of like talking downstairs. And then all of a sudden, through the radio, they're saying that we need to get down there and look at this video footage. Because when we went down there, we looked at the video footage, and what they described is they saw a big black mass like go across the camera when we were sitting up there. We didn't see anything, but I personally kept hearing things being moved around in the cabinet. So I thought that was a little unusual. But when we looked at it, we didn't see what they originally saw. When they replayed it, it was still kind of there, but it was faint. It wasn't as like cloudy in the camera as they saw it originally when we were up there.
And see, Travis has been in this for a while, and he even said he's never seen anything like this before because it blacked out the whole camera. So that was pretty interesting to to hear that. What else happened at the school that the tall man?
Yeah, there's also a very tall shadow figure at Broadhead Manor that we investigate. We haven't got, no EVPs or nothing from him, but the owner of the location, Bill Walter, he's seen him with his own eyes in the middle of the day. He said, it's almost like he has to bend over walking down the hallways of the school, otherwise this shadow figure is going to hit his head on the ceiling.
Yeah. Hey, Dustin, tell them what we found in the maintenance room. We had the meters. When the meters were going crazy. Oh, we were in a maintenance room at the school, and we were just checking it out. And if the lights were turned off, we had I don't remember what kind of meter it was, but the meter was going nuts. The electricity's turned off. There's no electricity in the building, and it was just cool to see this thing, go back and forth to green to red to green to red. We were actually asking it intelligent questions, and it was answering us. We would say, "Can you tell how many people's in the room?" It was just me and Dustin. And is there 2 people in the room? Can you make it go all the way to red? It did. So it was kind of cool to see something like that. It's very intelligent.
Yes, when that kind of stuff kind of happens, it gets you really like pumped up and excited at the same time, and then you're worried about like when you see something very intense and very scary. It's like something like, are you worried? Like, have you ever worried that could do something to you, or like everybody asks the question, can ghost actually hurt you? And yes,
Right.
the answer is yes, they can. Even though they're not seen by our eye, they can leave marks, because I actually been scratched a couple times, so I understand how that goes. But
Okay.
not to change off topic, we have a couple people that we're going to bring in here. Tracy from Warren, Illinois. Thank you, Tracy, for coming in tonight.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you.
Tracy was talking about that she attended the Broadhead Middle School the years of 1978 to 1979.
79.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you know her?
Okay. That's cool.
I have seen a figure in my apartment, but our apartment used to be part of a nursing home way back.
Okay.
Yes, that actually would be a good location due to the fact it used to be a nursing home. Unfortunately, we all know and understand what happens at nursing home usually, but that's why we hear mainly locations that are used to be nursing homes, and they're always usually the most that are active.
Definitely.
Yes.
The other locations that we found we've got, majority of our activity have been asylums.
Yeah. Edinburgh.
Yeah, when we went to
Edinburgh,
Edinburgh Manor out in Iowa,
Yeah.
we did an overnight there last year, and the activity was through the roof at that place.
And if you've never been there, you got to go because that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Actually,
was
we
really
have
cool.
been there.
Okay.
In 2020. We're actually planning going back there again here in July of this year.
Us too.
Yeah, we're going back there too
Yeah.
this year.
It's we went there August 3rd and 4th of last year. So we're gonna try July this time. In June it was, or August it was pretty hot. So I'm not gonna lie, inside that building with no AC, yeah, it was kind of hard to stay in there because you're always like, I can't breathe. It's so hot in here, and it's
Yeah.
so
It was
We were there in October.
Yeah, we were there in October.
October, yeah. So it was cold.
Yeah.
Well, cold, hot. It depended on where you were. I mean, it was but that place I love that place.
Yeah.
We all had personal experiences
Yeah,
there.
we did.
Yeah.
We did.
Me and Rich, me and him were at base camp, and everybody else was outside at the car just trying. I don't know what they were doing out there, but me and Rich were sitting there, and the sound of older people when they shuffle their feet down a hallway in slippers.
Hmm.
We heard that come down the hallway, and Rich is like, "What is that?" And I said, "Just sit here and relax." We actually heard it come, the shuffling come down the hallway, pass in front of us, and go down the hallway as it faded out.
Yeah, it was something to listen to that. It was, and then we heard a noise because at base camp. There's like a door there, is it a wooden door?
Yeah,
it's a wooden door, and all of a sudden we heard this like little bang. And after we heard the footsteps and everybody came back, we were walking around and, say, what was that noise? Looked on the floor and there was a little toy fire truck. So we're wondering if that toy fire truck hit the door because it wasn't in there when we walked through the first time. So that freaked us out.
Asia.
Speaking of that fire truck, sorry, not to interrupt, but speaking of the fire truck, before I forget about that, we did get told by the owner or the person that walked us through that there has been a toy fire truck that just shows up randomly throughout the building. So that is very coincident and very, thank you for verifying that because we haven't had the fire truck happen to us, but we had heard like weird music coming from the kids' room before on video. We didn't hear it with our ears, but we picked it up on video.
Okay.
So,
all right. All right.
In the kids' room, actually, Dustin and I were in there, and we had EVPs, we had
motion sensor
and the REM pod, yeah, and we were talking to the kids' spirits, and they set off all of our detectors like at once. Like it was like a light show. It was crazy. It scared the crap out of us, but it was pretty awesome.
It was
We let them know. Yeah, we let them know it was okay for them to, communicate with us through our we call them our toys, because the kids, we like to interact with them that way and let them know these are, they're not going to hurt you. They're just ways that you can let us know that you're here and that it's okay for us to be here in your space. And they set off all of our detectors. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, there was another. Was it on the second floor, Dustin? That we got the real tall figure that freaked us out.
Yep, it was on the second floor in the lounge.
Yep. It was in the lounge, and Dustin was holding the SLS camera, and we were trying to. We weren't calling anything out. We were just trying to ask questions, and we walked in, and all of a sudden, this huge figure it came out of nowhere, and we're like, holy, it was pretty cool. Yeah, that was cool too. Yeah.
it's definitely a good place to check out if you're interested into the paranormal. I would definitely give a huge shout out to Edinburgh Manor in Scotch Grove, Iowa. I'm just going to give everybody a warning. I apologize in advance. My daughter is in the background, so if you guys hear her, she's being really restless trying to go to bed tonight. So we do have a couple questions from our guest or our fans tonight. Where is the most active place you've been to in Minnesota? For us, for paranormal investigators in northern Minnesota, I would have to say so far would be the Boyd House. the Boyd House in Minnesota. So a huge shout out to Jill Shelley for the Boyd House. We love that place. We're actually going to do a documentary, and I'm actually in the process of possibly writing a book. So stay tuned for that. So where have you guys been? You guys are in Minnesota, correct?
No, we're in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin. Okay. So
Yep.
I'm guessing that question was meant for us. But for you guys, just to kind of answer that question, instead of Minnesota, where has been the most active place you've been in Wisconsin?
It would definitely have to be Broadhead Manor.
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely, without a doubt, hands down. There's a little girl there. Her name is Elizabeth. They guess her what, between 8 and 10 years old? And I've been there before, and the owner, Bill, said that she will play hide and seek with you. And I'm thinking, okay, I got to experience this myself. So I told Elizabeth, I said, honey, I said, you go hide and I'll bring my toys and I'll come find you. I walked around for probably 45 minutes, an hour with my EMF detector and everything, dowsing rods, and all at once my EMF pegged straight to red. And I said, Elizabeth, did I find you? If I did, I said, make the meter stop. She stopped the meters. I said, all right, honey. I said, I'm going to go hide, count to 10, and then you come find me. So I ran down the hallway and I hid. It was a matter of 6, 7 seconds later, there was a tug on my jacket.
Yeah, that place is really cool.
I've been always looking for places in Wisconsin to investigate. So, that might be number one on our bucket list for Wisconsin. So I think we might definitely check it out and definitely give you guys a reference to the person that runs it when we do our booking, and give you guys a shout out to that. We have a couple other questions. Thank you to Stephanie. She shared this video to the hauntings for us. She has a group out there. Thank you for that. She wasn't able to get it going at first, so she said, "Can you see me now?" So now we can see her. Thank you, Stephanie, for coming on tonight and doing that for us.
Thank you.
Also, she did say I would remind everyone to allow StreamYard to see comments. I forgot and kept commenting like a silly person. I'm guessing she meant to say. Yep, like. So yeah, definitely when you guys comment on StreamYard, make sure you give them permission, and make sure that happens, because or else you will pop up like this Facebook user or YouTube user. So just when you guys come in, just make sure you give them permission to look at it. We do have another question. Have you ever had anything attach itself to you?
The only one that I know of on the team that's had an attachment is my son Taylor.
Yeah.
Let's start with
Timmy.
Oh yeah, well, Stuart Tunnel. I've had an attachment. How old is Timmy? 10?
10.
I've had Timmy. He's attached himself to me, and he's followed me home. And I've been perfectly fine, and all of a sudden I start crying and laughing.
Very emotional.
Yeah, very emotional for like a week. It just what happened at Fibs? I don't remember.
When we were at Fibs?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, Fibs North. It's
You
where
passed out.
it's where I work at,
Blacked
and
out.
Ariel also works at another very haunted location. They actually, it's got to be 15, 16, 17 years ago. They actually found a human skeleton in the false bottom of a closet, and my son, being the knothead that he is, we said, hey, why don't you open that where they found a human skeleton? He says, well, give me a screwdriver. I'm not thinking he's going to do it. And he popped that open. It was the most wretched smell, stench ever.
Yeah.
That's the last thing my son remembers.
Yeah, that was a pretty messed up day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fibs is a good location.
Yeah, that's another good location. It's Fibs North and Broadhead.
Yeah, and it's not too far away from the school either.
Yes,
too,
yeah, it's like 4 blocks of what this Broadhead Manor and Fibs are like 4 or 5 blocks apart.
Yep.
Now that would be definitely some kind of experience that I don't even know if I would have opened. So kudos to you for opening that.
Right?
There you go, buddy.
Never again.
That's gonna be one of your moments that you'll never forget. Ever.
No, I didn't. Because I don't know what happened.
He didn't forget.
Stephanie said, "Wow, did Timmy go away on his own?" Question mark. I'm guessing Stephanie knows you guys in some sort of way.
No, not that I
I
know of.
don't even think so. I don't know. I think we had to tell him that he couldn't stay.
Yeah.
He had to go back to the tunnel.
We had to kind of enforce that it wasn't okay to stay and kind of just this talk and move him away.
Oh, Dustin, you want to say that on that EVP what we caught?
When we were in the tunnel, I had the EMF detector and we were asking questions. Right after I said, look at it spiking, because it shot straight up to red, I caught a voice on my phone that it's, from what we gathered, it sounds like it says, we are within you.
Yeah. So we don't know if that was Timmy or we don't know. It's possible.
Okay. Stephanie did just clarify it. She just on my end, I'm getting a little interference on my end, so it's kind of hard to hear names and stuff. So I didn't catch the Timmy part. So thank you guys for all clarifying that, just to make sure that that's. Let's see. I have seen light swinging from a string above fibs. It was too high for any one of us to reach.
What is it?
The great
Oh,
holy corn holy, and then almighty. Oh my god.
Oh my lord! All right.
so we can see the name.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is, but that's if anybody knows what the characters those are from, it's a very good classic.
Jeez.
Tracy asked, I have lived in several homes since I was 16. I am now 55 that were occupied by past residents. The home I lived in, Apple River, Illinois, had several residents, and one was a child. So a lot of people are talking about that they are having their own paranormal experiences at their own homes as well. So, and Tyler, I'm guessing is his name for this account. So nice to say hi.
Hi, Tyler.
That's actual our team member Ariel's boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
God.
That explains it.
Oh,
Well,
Oh, well, that was
We're
a good
not
one.
a normal team. We kind of like to have fun and just kind of joke around and stuff. But
No, that's fine, because that's actually how our team is too. We actually don't, we see too many serious things, like too many people be way too serious, and then you're like, you got to have fun with it, guys. Don't take it too serious, but take it serious enough where, if you're trying to make this go big and make this go to like the Travel Channel or something, yeah, be serious, but you don't have to be serious all the time. You got to have a little fun, because, who wants to be serious all the time? That's no fun.
This is the most serious our team has been ever.
Well,
to be
I was
honest.
just,
well, usually we're
What you're getting right now is like the PG version.
PG version. we should say, yeah, you're right. But we do like to have fun.
Yeah. These episodes are definitely we did put age restricted on it because sometimes the F-bombs like to fly. So we had to make sure that these videos are not for kid friendly. Parental discretion is advised. So we just want to make sure that is clear.
Okay.
Even Stephanie says, yeah, it can't be too serious. So we got people exactly agreeing with us. So I'm just going to bring up a couple or one thing really quick. Normally, our new lives are going to be different. We are going to do like an intermission between the 30-minute mark. And then we're going to do a live sponsor ad. So I'm just going to bring this up. We don't have no sponsors tonight. It's just going to be an ad, a commercial. We're going to be doing 30 to 60-second commercials, up to $20 to $40 for each of those sessions. And then you get a chance to advertise during the session or during this episode in between the break, pre-show, and at the end. So there'll be 3 slots open where people can actually advertise their paranormal team, business, whatever you want to advertise. You could bring it on our podcast.
Awesome.
Awesome. Cool.
Definitely be in touch for that.
It's definitely a good tool. I actually been working with actually another team that actually does it. And honestly, I think it really does bring out other people because other people could see the sponsorship and be like, oh, hey, let's contact these guys. We might need them in the future or something, you know? You never know. It doesn't have to be paranormal related. It could be anything. So, like, I'm going to put my photography company on there because I'm a photographer as well. So if you guys know anybody that's looking to get their name out there, come on our podcast, shoot us an email, or message us on Facebook, and we will take great care of you.
Awesome.
Awesome. Cool.
So another question that we have for you guys, has there ever been a time when you went to an investigation that you felt very uneased where you just wanted to leave or almost gave up and not wanted to investigate again?
The tunnel.
No,
Tunnel.
not just the tunnel. Ashmore.
I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
Ashmore
Oh,
Estates too, yeah.
Yeah, we went to Ashmore Estates, and there was times that we were in Ashmore where we were second guessing our own sanity. It was like, what are we doing here?
Taylor threw up
Yeah.
multiple
Yeah,
times.
Taylor was getting pretty very sick actually.
Yeah.
We were
Like
all
2 or 3
resting in the
times.
bunkhouse,
Yeah.
and that door handle.
Oh,
the
my.
there
Yeah,
was nobody there.
Me and Rich were awake and my parents were sleeping, and all of a sudden something was trying to come into the bunkhouse, slamming the door and trying to come in there with us, whatever it was.
And what was funny is we're trying to lay down and go to sleep because there's bunks everywhere. We're trying to go lay down and go to sleep. And me and Taylor get up at the same time. We look at each other and he goes, "Did you lock the door?" And I said, "I think so." He goes, "Go lock the door." I said, "I'm not getting off my bunk." So he's like, "I'm not either." So we're sitting there and we're watching this. We're hearing this noise. The door. It was, yeah, it was pretty cool.
There was one of the rooms in there too that we had walked past, and I think it was like the 2nd floor or something, and we had walked past it, and I just got this really weird feeling. He started walking towards the door, and I'm like, wait, and like before he I said it right as his foot crossed that barrier. I said, wait, and as soon as his foot stepped over that barrier, like he got like an electric shock like through his foot.
It was
That's
where
top of my body, like all over, like my torso area.
it was
I
crazy.
felt like an electric shock just went through my whole upper body. It was very intense.
I remember walking past the room and just feeling like this really heavy like feeling. It just set in, and it was like,
It was the electroshock therapy room.
yeah, and it was,
That
and
was
then we
the
found
room.
out it was the electroshock therapy room. It's crazy.
And see, at the time that happened, they didn't know that that's what that room was for.
Right.
So Dustin was never the same that night. He was kind of right, Dustin.
Yeah.
He was kind of off a little bit. But
Well, I got 2 things to piggyback off of what you said. First, you said Ashmore Estates, correct?
yes,
Oh, great. Well, spoiler alert for me, I guess, a little bit, because we're planning on going to Ashmore Estates. So that kind of gives me going.
Hey, it's fun.
yeah, have fun.
It's definitely
And watch your back.
Yeah, watch your back.
Watch your back.
It's
Don't go
definitely one of those places, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you know, it can't be as bad as Rolling Hills Asylum or Waverly Hills, I guess. people say those two are really insanely active.
Yeah, I've actually been to Waverly. I actually know the owner personally, Tina Mattingly.
Oh, I've been dreaming to go to Waverly Hills. Like, it's been my dream because that place, it's like see, what we wanted to plan on doing was do like a big paranormal paracon or
Yep.
like an event there. So we'll go out there for like 4 or 5 days or so. Okay. You know, the first 2 days we'll have the event, and then the last 3 days or so we could do our private investigation. So total 5 days should give you enough time to investigate that place, especially if we want to do. Our goal was, considering it's $1,000 for that place, and it would need to be 10 people at $100. So what we were thinking is, because we have a group of 5, we would need another group of 5, or whatever, and we would like to do 2 paranormal teams in one investigation.
Right.
Okay.
And then when we do the event, we can bring out like the people that paid for tickets to come there to investigate with us at night for like an hour or two.
Yep.
Basically, every team member of each team brings a group out with them in that place, due to the fact that it's so big that we can all spread out.
Pictures don't do that place justice, how massive it is.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying. It's I mean, I can just imagine what it looks like on the inside.
I mean, when you walk into the front of it, it almost feels like you're stepping back in time when that was a tuberculosis ward. I mean, just the feeling you get, and I mean, it's so hard to explain. I mean, with you being a paranormal investigator, I'm sure you understand that feeling when you go into a location. Then it's like you're stepping back into that time period. Then.
Yep, exactly. So it's like they say, when you actually pass, you actually relive the past moments,
Right.
your best moments that you had. Stephanie says, "Where do I sign up? I want to go." If we get enough people interested and enough supporters and maybe enough donations to help us get to this location, maybe you guys would be interested in possibly being that second team, and do something like a big adventure.
100%.
Considering the owner of Waverly Hills, that would be a very good dream come true, because that. See, we ever since we actually watched Ghost Adventures, I'm gonna be honest, that's actually kind of how I wanted to be like. But then on the reality part of it is like, I don't want to do pre-recorded videos. I want to
Right.
do lives. I want to give our client, or not our client, sorry, I'm thinking photography right now. We want to give our fans and stuff like that, we want to give them live content. We don't want to give them any of the pre-recorded, because a lot of people come after you and say, "Oh, how much is this real?" I mean, it's pre-recorded. You edited it. How much of
Right.
is it real? Well, when you get the live version, you see everything. It's
Yeah.
literally right there. There's no editing.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
every one of the hunts we go on, every place we go live.
Yep.
Yep. That's same here. That's what we do. We try to go live as much as we can, due to the effect of um
Right.
Except the
most.
tunnel. We can't really go live there because we lose everything.
Yeah. I mean,
Once you get down.
Yep.
you absolutely. I mean, you lose
Everything.
cell phone signal, data signal. You lose everything there.
Except in the front there.
Right.
But
Yeah. When
So
you were talking
that's
about, when you were saying that Waverly you want to go to, you ever thought about Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum?
never heard of that one. But
What?
anything asylum, I'm down for.
that's
And
not the
I'm
case.
guaranteeing most of my
Yeah.
team will be down for it too, because they get really excited when I talk to them about asylums.
Yeah, I believe Trans Allegheny is located in Virginia or West Virginia, I believe. But I mean that place even puts Waverly to shame for size wise.
Huge place.
How much does that one cost normally?
Last time, what was it we looked? Wasn't it like 1,800?
I don't remember.
It was either 15 or 1,800 bucks for 12 hours for up to, I want to say it was 8 or 10 people, but I mean, but you have free roam of the grounds, the buildings. You have access to every place there.
Oh, okay. So I mean, that would be. You said Pennsylvania, correct?
Yes.
You know what? That would be a good idea due to the fact that we're trying to do a road trip to New York. Um, we want to go to. We want to go to Eastern State too,
Yes.
as well.
Wow.
I'm sorry. We've
We're
been
trying-
talking about the same.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys been saying the same stuff, pretty much.
Yeah.
Taking a road trip. There's a Paracon in New Jersey that we've been wanting to go, and we were talking about doing a road trip along the way to get there. So
Oh, okay. So there you go, guys. If we got some Lost Souls in the Shadows Paranormal Team fans in here, there you go. You get a little sneak peek. They might be doing a road trip, so stay tuned. We definitely are doing a road trip in Missouri. So this year, so stay tuned for that too. For the Paranormal Investigators in Northern Minnesota, we will be going to Missouri. So stay tuned for that. And yes, road trips are fun. Who doesn't like a road trip? I mean, when you go on a road trip, you get to see things that you never get to see before. I mean, when you're in a plane, yes, it's beautiful because you're all the way up in the sky. But then when you get above the clouds, it gets like, oh, time to go to bed. Well, driving, that's a whole nother story. I mean, you get to see beautiful things like different landmarks that you probably never seen before. So yeah, road trips are always fun. So definitely stay tuned for road trips because we're always trying to add something new to our schedule every year. Um, Something different because we want to give everybody different content. So I mean, like this year it's road trip year. Next year, I don't know. Who knows what it'd be next year?
Where are you
So
going
do you
to in
guys?
Missouri?
We're actually going to 3 different locations. Hold on, let me. The Haunted Vale Mansion. Um, the Spirits of Blue Springs, and what was the other one? There was another one too. Um, I can't think. Hold on, let me look at my photos. I might have the photo of it. I made a flyer of it, but you know,
Yeah.
sometimes with all these places, you kind of just like you forget all these names. But
You get towards Springfield, Missouri, check out Pythian Castle. If you get to St. Louis,
Ooh.
check out Lemp Mansion.
actually, I heard of those 2. I actually was going to put those on my list because you know what we should do? We should connect after this and definitely like share locations. Because it sounds like you guys been to a lot of locations already. Like, see, we've been around. We've been around for a year now, but we haven't been to many locations because when we first started with the pandemic, everything it kind of shut us down really hard. So we only got like 3 episodes in. So now after the state opened up, we're like, okay, we're booking for the whole year straight out, and we're going to go on a road trip because we're not going to be locked down 2021. We're going to be free. We're all going to be free this 2021. No more lockdown. No more locked doors, like everybody says. We don't like locked doors. So it's Blue Spring or Spirits of Blue Springs, Haunted Vale Mansion, and Haunted Bingham.
Okay.
Are the ones in Missouri. I do want to go to Missouri State Penitentiary as well.
Yes.
But they are, no offense to them, but they are a little pricey for only like what 12 hours or what, not even 12 hours. Plus you have to have a tour guide with you the whole time, and what I heard is tour guides like to just talk. They don't let, when we're doing investigations, we can't really be talking all the time. We kind of have to be quiet so we can actually hear things. So you should take you should take a trip to Scotland. They have a lot of haunted castles. You know what? If we do get picked up by the Travel Channel, we are planning on going out of country. That would be awesome, but as of right now, we're just sticking to the U.S. at this moment. Lisa says, was trying to get my friend Derek to join. He has video of a ghost in a house he used to live in. I believe it was in Wisconsin. So huge shout out to Wisconsin.
Shoot us a message.
And yes, yes, definitely shoot Lessels in the Shadows Paranormal team a message. They would love to take care of you and talk to you about anything that if they go to. I'm guessing you guys go to in-home client investigations too.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you do private investigations as well for clients. Okay, so yeah, you do what we do. So yeah, definitely go check them out if you are interested in in-home investigation in Wisconsin. Give them a call. Check out their Facebook page. We'll have that in the links after we post up the videos. So check that out. Stephanie says, have any of you ever been to Mounds View Penitentiary? Not
Moundsville.
us.
Moundsville.
Or Moundsville. There you go. I said
Cool stuff.
that wrong. Sorry about that. I have not been there. I mean, any penitentiary sounds fun too. I mean, there's a lot of history in. Oh, it's in West Virginia.
Myrtle's
No, I would
Plantation
actually.
is a big one we want to hit.
I want to go to Gettysburg.
Yeah, yeah, that would be really cool.
I was actually watching videos on Gettysburg. You can actually hear cannons
Oh yeah,
Yep.
still going
Yep.
off.
muskets going
So, I mean-
off. Yeah,
Actually, a member of the Taps paranormal family, Jenny, she actually went out to Gettysburg, I believe. She was out there for a while. So Twin Cities Paranormal, shout out to them too, for Jenny for being out there. I think she was doing a recording and actually caught that. So it's pretty good evidence to have right there. Stephanie says it's very well known for I'm
They-
guessing
yeah,
for Moundsville.
cannonballs stuck in the building still. Yeah, it's really It's
Wait, can you?
cool.
What's still stuck in the building? One more time.
Balls from the cannons in some of the stores. Yeah, that's pretty in the bricks. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow, I would just love to just touch one of those cannons. I mean, you know how cool that would be just to touch like a cannon that's from the 1800s. I mean,
Yeah,
wait,
that's really cool.
when was Gettysburg in the 1800s? I don't remember. It's been so long since I've been in high school. I don't even pay attention to history anymore as much.
You're right. It's in the 1800s. Yes.
Okay, so I am right. Okay, I do my history. It's just I kind of don't really try to remember much as I can because I have so much on my plate right now. I mean, I have a whole year of investigations that I gotta do history and make videos for. Huge shout out to our video production person, Jake. He is awesome with the video production. I'm glad that we hired him to come on to the team. So we're excited to let everybody know that the Boyd House video has been done and complete, and we are going to release that here very soon. We are actually just doing last minute touches for it. We're putting in, our voiceover to describe about the Boyd House. If you guys have never been to the Boyd House, definitely check it out. It's a good
Definitely.
place. Very good. And it's very cheap too. I mean, a lot of these places that we go to, I mean, it does get a little scary because some of these prices do get a little high. I'm not going to lie. I mean,
Yeah, and Broadhead Manor, he's actually very reasonable with his prices. What does he charge, Bill? It was
I
from
know we just
it was from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.
for 4 people.
For 4 people, it's $200
and then $25
for each additional person. But I mean, it's 85,000 square feet.
It's a big school.
That's definitely the cheapest I have seen or heard of yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
definitely. I would love to check that place out. Definitely share contact info or like give us a shout out to the person that you guys know or go through, and let them know there's another team that would be interested from Minnesota. Because
If
Wisconsin's are like our
you look up
neighbors.
Brian Manor on Facebook and send him a message, it goes directly to him.
Perfect. I will definitely do that right after we get off here. I mean, yes, it might be 10:50 right now, but he'll get in the morning. He or she will get in the morning. Stephanie says that she will share some pictures on the page of, I'm guessing, of the one place in or Moundsville Penitentiary in West Virginia after the live. The price is the scariest part sometimes. Yes, we definitely agree with that. I mean, you know, with being in the paranormal team, we're not in it for the money. We don't get paid for this. I mean, sometimes, yes, I mean, if you get on the travel channel, I mean, you do get paid. But I mean, if you're doing it just like us right now without being on the travel channel, I mean, we don't get paid for this. We're out doing this, out of our own pockets sometimes too, out of our own, paychecks or whatever, just to have a little bit of fun and bring content right to you so you guys can actually like be at home and be safe and watch the paranormal.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
what's
we're
not
in it. The science of it is why we're in it.
And the thrill of the
the
hunt
what?
too.
The
Oh,
science
the
of it.
thrill. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, the research and the science. Yeah, it. See, there's a lot of people out there that just for the money. Um, the one I'm guessing. See, we always been told by a lot of people that we talk to. I mean, being a podcast, live radio talk show. I mean, we get told by a lot of people that a lot of people don't like it when they hear about people making people pay for anything for investigating. I mean, I guess if you're doing a service, I mean, like maybe getting rid of whatever is in the home, maybe I can see maybe a little fee for that because you have to do a lot more than just investigate. Because you have to get the shaman in, you have to get the priest in or the pastor involved, and sometimes they're not free either. A shaman's not free. I'm going to tell you that right now. We actually had to get a shaman involved, and they get a little pricey.
Okay.
So I mean,
That's very good
we
to
do
know. Yeah.
hear. So yeah, it's good to know, and we do hear a lot from a lot of people that they don't like hearing that, but no, none of us charge for any of our stuff. I don't think we don't, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't either.
We don't.
So we just run strictly off of donations. Pretty much for whatever our fans want to give us, or if they don't want to give us anything, that's fine. We don't ask for it. If we are doing something big and we will ask for it, ask for help, but we're not going to say, hey, you have to give us your money, you have to do this. No, we don't do that. We just put it out there, give you guys a link. If you guys want to do it, it's all free will. So, and also at the end of the year, don't forget you can actually do it as a tax write-off when you do donate as well. So don't forget about that as well. So one more question from one of our fans.
Okay.
If any of the fans on here want to ask any of us a question, we have about 6 to 7 minutes left of this live for the slot for the night. Um, Stephanie says, and I have to charge for my service, but I always make sure to give back much more. See, being a psychic, I think it's a little more different. Um, if you're a psychic and you're providing information to your client that they know is accurate and they're actually kind of shocked that you know about it. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Do you think it's for psychics and like tarot card readers and stuff like that? Do you think
This is more
they should
your
get a fee?
Asia.
I feel like they should definitely get a fee of some sort.
I think on
because-
those side of things, you're opening yourself up more
Yeah,
and
definitely.
letting stuff in. Yeah. We
It
wouldn't
requires a
necessarily-
lot of energy. It does. It's not just, physical energy that you're exerting. It's emotional and mental energy as well. You have to be able to communicate with the spirits, which is like there's a veil in between the spiritual realm and the physical. And that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy. I don't think it's like
Thank you.
charging because you know what I mean,
Thanks,
like a
Stephanie.
regular job, but it does take a lot of energy to be able to do that.
And you know,
Asia's our-
being a oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Asia's the empath on our team.
The what?
The empath, Asia is.
Oh,
She has empathic
okay.
qualities.
I think. Hold on. Let me try something quick. Okay, my mic is not, or my headphones ain't working there for a minute. So, okay, one more time. I heard something about the team.
She's the empath on our team.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, she
the
is?
Yes.
Okay. I kind of felt something about, because I actually have been told that I'm kind of a psychic medium. I was born with it, but I don't use it as much as like a normal psychic would because it kind of scares me sometimes. Like I shouldn't know so much information about people, you know, and looking at it's just weird.
A lot of times you can use that though in a sense because I know when I first started noticing my abilities, it was the same way for me. It was way more scary than it was helpful. Like when it comes to knowing before people are going to die or things like that, like those are some of the experiences and some of the gifts that I have. And a lot of it, when I was younger, it scared me because I didn't like knowing those things. I didn't understand that. But as I got older, I realized that it was something that was a way for me to be able to sometimes say goodbye or to warn someone of something that's coming or, shelter someone from something. So it's just kind of all more about just gaining understanding and learning how to use it and what it's meant for so that you can understand those visions or those dreams or, you know what I mean, those signs that you get.
And you know, I actually help people sometimes with mine. Like a shout out to Short Bus Paranormal. I don't know if you guys heard of them.
Yep.
I actually was on their live with them, but not physically with their live. I was just, talking to them, like texting through the comments. And actually, I was telling one of the members, Sue, she was upstairs. I had a spirit tell me to have Sue come to this room. Well, the spirit was very mischievous and very deviant and lies. In reality, it was like a room that had a bathtub in it, and then the word came to me raped, and I was like, Sue, you need to get out of there now. You need to move. Like you need to get out of that room. I'm guessing something dramatically happened in that room, and then I guess a couple days later they did verify that there was a rape or something that happened sexually. Something happened in that room. So I mean, yes, when you have this, when you have the psychic ability, it kind of gets a little scary sometimes when you get those kind of feelings. And then when you can just walk into random places and you can see a spirit, and then people think you're nuts because you're like, dude, do you see that? Or am I just going nuts? Because I ask people, do you see this? So yeah, I know how it goes, but I don't really try to, blast it out there. But I have empaths on the team, Susie and Patty. They get the motions really bad. Like when you can walk into a place and you can start crying, and then you find out later that there was like some traumatic death in that house, or it gets you going a little bit. I was told told I could help the police with finding missing people, but never used it. Don't know how to. That's actually a good question or a good thing. I was told that too, actually, because I can actually did help solve. Well, I didn't really help solve it, but I kind of just thought it, and then once the investigation was over, well, I guess my theory was correct. But that's near here or there. So I mean, it does get you a little weird about that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight.
Thank you for
Thank you for having
Having us.
Oh yeah, anytime. We're always looking for, guests to be on our show. So if you guys know anybody that is always looking to be blasted on our podcast and, talked about and get their name out there even more, just shoot us a message or shoot us an email. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to the Lost Souls in the Shadows Paranormal Team LLC from Wisconsin for coming on tonight, and thank you to all our fans for coming on and commenting and keeping us active and keeping us busy with all your questions. Tomorrow night we will be back with Afterlife Hour radio talk show with David Childers from the Travel Channel with Most Terrifying Places in America. So tomorrow he will be on our show tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So thank you guys again to coming on tonight, and definitely keep in contact with us. We would love to talk to you more about some big plans.
Definitely will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you guys, and you have a wonderful
You too.